Don't think I know you. What do you want? Yep, that sure is the passphrase, even if it is dumb as hell. What's Dash's plan? Because I'm gonna tell you where our package is, Hullhead. If I were part of an ambush, you'd have already been arrested. We're in the constabulary, for law's sake. You're looking for cargo from our ship, the Rat King. Small package, wrapped in brown paper. It got moved to the shipping yard, but I'm not completely sure where. I'm sure some sluggite knows how to find it, or has it listed in a terminal. All else fails, you could just case the joint. Might end up with some extra loot for your troubles. You're back, I see. Hope the law hasn't caught on to what you're doing. Law meaning authorities, that is, not the forces running the universe. This is gonna sound a little stupid, but I got a thing about mechanicals. Don't like the way they move or the sounds they make. Gives me the creeps. I was drinking with Dash in the cantina when a funny-looking one trotted up beside us. Seemed like it was some kind of monster, so I started yelling, banging on it. Don't know what happened next, but I think it involved another mechanical. I passed right out then, and when I woke back up, I was here. Not the most graceful thing I've ever done. No complications? Grand. The recipient is Joseph Dempsey. He runs the Eridanos Dry Goods and Sundry.
Welcome back. The Eridanos Dry Goods and Sundry is just a shipment, you say. The only shipment I'm expecting is 100 pounds of salt tuna a week from now. And I certainly don't expect it to be brought by an inspector. Is that supposed to be some kind of code phrase? It has no nuance, no subtlety. Sticks out like a bent nail. A constable could detect that from the other side of Eridanos. I learn about secret codes in my off time. For fun. It's never anything that I actually need to use, mind. Wait. On second thought, you should let me take a look. Just in case it's something I ordered and forgot about. Follow me to the back. All right. So, as you can see, this actually ain't the most standard and unremarkable general store this side of Halcyon. Welcome to my black market. Whatever you're here for, weapons, information, contraband, cane and ointment, I've got it. Sorry for the frosty reception. Had to make sure you weren't with the constable. But seeing how you're a freelancer, I hope I ain't got nothing to worry about.
Black market ran by a black guy. That's funny. Because it is.
Regular wares? Sure. Currently waiting on my next black market shipment, so come back in a bit if you want to see those. Let me take that package off your hands, whatever the case. Here's your pay. Good doing business with you, especially seeing how you didn't take this to the constable. Would have been a mighty pain in my tail end. See? No. But I might tell you what's in it, so long as it's nothing proprietary, volatile, or breathing. Let's have a little look. Contraband weapon parts, a few chemicals for the crafting of high explosives. All fairly standard. Oh, and a canister of trimethyl sulfoxide. Where dimethyl sulfoxide is good at keeping folks in stasis, trimethyl sulfoxide is nice for helping refrigerators run. Useful stuff.
Hope the job's coming along well. No sign of the constable, which really makes me more nervous. Excellent. Let's divvy up the payment 3 ways and we can consider this matter settled. Should have never asked for your help. Hope the job... Excellent. Let's divvy up the payment 3 ways and we can consider this matter... What? That ain't gonna be enough to get Cass out of prison, and it ain't what we agreed to. Ah, shit. Looks like it was wrong to assume you were just like Hawthorne after all. Sure hope I can figure something out to pay Cass's fine. Scram!
Welcome back. Can I get you something? Nah. No, but some folks have been saying there was some kind of fight between a mechanical and some spacers last night. I didn't see it myself, and seems far-fetched. Deputy Wine Taster ain't exactly prone to wandering, nor are most other mechanicals that I'm aware of. There's a new Void Dan Burn on my nice clean floor, but I think it's the doing of one of my customers. Nah, I didn't see... There's a new Void Dan Burn... Nah, I didn't see it myself. There's a new Void...
Hey, no, hang on a second. I gotta check my chat. I actually had to put my phone on a charger, considering I forgot to do it last night. Let's see. Let's see. Yeah. Okay, that's fine. Lovely. Excuse me. So how's it going? How's it hanging? How's stuff going? All that stuff. Good Lord. Kind of really feel like I should actually try to fast travel to some of these other areas, but since they're so close, I guess it's not really going to matter. Pretty good, I suppose. Had a good day at church yesterday. What in the world? Dude, this is the first time this has ever happened to me. Since, like, ever playing this game. Is it, like, loading or something? That was freaking stupid.
Rizzo's Knocking Loud Bar, a CCN.
I can't believe that. Anyways, we took communion yesterday at church. And it was the first time that Tanya's ever had communion. And she actually kept the little tiny cup thing that has it has like unleavened bread on one side, and then it has the grape juice on the other side. She actually kept it as a memento because of the fact it was the first time that she ever had done it. because I didn't know where it was, because you know they have a little trash can outside out of the sanctuary, and I was like, I asked her where it was. She's like, "Oh, I'm hanging on to it." She said, "That's not a problem, is?" I was like, "No." I said, "It's not. Absolutely not." I said, "I just didn't know where it was." I said, "I didn't know if you left it at your seat or what." Tater theater. Yeah, exactly. Got a bunch of taters and a murder mystery set up. But yeah, dude. It's just good to get back into the flow of things with that again. You know, it's like a coming home situation with me, but it's like a whole new journey for her, you know. Which, I mean, it's a journey for anybody. Doesn't matter if you're been Christian for one day or all your life.
Inspector, you find my missing man?
I completely forgot I ever had talked to you.
Oh, thank the law you're here about the pool. That crucial thing that isn't my job to fix, and that, as such, I don't care about. If you want advice, here it is. Don't talk to that imbecile ever again. Even by my true standards, he's duller than a telescoping staff. I put him on pool duty to keep him away from me, and now he's up my ass more than ever. How hard could it possibly be to guard a void damn pool?
Those two seem like they don't go together well. Oh boy. I swear, even though I like this game and I've had since day one, this thing, why are all the women in this just ugly, man? Like, no matter what, it's practically like every single woman it seems like I come in contact with looks like a man. They're just ugly as they can be.
Shit, that's fucking inconvenient. What happened?
Well, you got a dirty mouth on you, woman. Don't attend a Gangrel communion. Yeah, no kidding, man. That's the truth.
Well, shit. I'm listening. That's unusual, but I don't see how that factors in. Congratulations, Inspector! That is the dumbest thing I've heard all day. On the other hand, not like I've got the time to look into it, so sure, he tripped on a slug. Why not? Thanks for chasing Evan down and saving me some legwork.
That's what I said when I first saw her.
Of course, now I gotta figure out who the fuck's replacing Evan. New day, new pain in my ass.
You need to wash your mouth out with soap, woman.
Inspector?
All up in my face. I forgot exactly where it was. Oh, okay. Well, it's the, oh. Oh, no. That's from, like, the base game. It's just repeating it, considering I already had beaten it. Don't assume her gender. Well, if it sounds like a woman, and it partially looks like a woman, then it's a woman. Let's see. Where was that? Okay, that's the main. I'm not doing that. I can't stand this. You found? Yeah, I found, because I bought them all. I need orange, yellow, green. Orange, yellow, and green. Wait a minute now. Well, look at that. I didn't really expect there to be any type of... Okay, well, I didn't expect there to be any type of waypoint regarding that. You know what, dude? I really tried to figure out exactly when would be the best time to stream for me, because considering I'm working full time now, it's like obviously that's 4 extra hours out of the day that I don't have. So I aim to do it when I get up for a bit, and then I aim to do it a little bit when I get home in the evening. I'm trying during the day, and I'm trying later on at night, but still no go. Seems like the sweet spot, excuse me, usually for people, you would think, would be like in the evening, because you would think that maybe most people would end up being off of work and stuff like that. On a normal basis, you would think that. But I'm just like, geez, man. Stream 24/7. Well, I mean, honestly, dude, I'm not running my streams from my computer, so, and I don't have stuff that's archived. Sadly, I mean, yeah, I could probably go on my computer and do that, like go and get all of my stuff that's on YouTube, and maybe aim to try to download it and archive it and whatnot, and then just slap it all together in a video format. And but yeah, I think it's kind of funny how you managed to do that. It's actually pretty unique, because I saw what you had posted yesterday regarding you reaching the minimum amount of watch hours to aim to get monetized. So I thought that was pretty cool. You know, you just slap a lot of stuff together, you throw it up there online, you get people watching it, you get it flowing. Yeah, exactly, like you do. Yeah, I mean, I really would like to. This seems like that would be pretty cool. Be able to slap like a bunch of my much older streams together that have been out for some odd years now. You know, granted, yeah, I was a little bit more rambunctious with that, because I really aimed to try to watch my tone and language and all that stuff.
Do what you want, I guess.
I mean, sometimes, you know, human nature and all that, but I aim to try to have a lockdown as best as I can. But some of my older stuff, even though it, you know, it had some funny stuff in it, it's still, you know, not meant for kids. The Ron Moore Archives. That sounds like some type of sci-fi show or something.
Whoa, whoa, whoa! It's Rizzo's!
Oh,
Welcome
no.
to the Purpleberry Nut Hut, you wonderful, wonderful customer! Thank you for giving my humble existence value.
I can't tell if she's happy or in serious pain.
I sure am! Good lamps you got on you to take notice.
Yeah, obviously she's infected with that parasite. That is a horrible thing to look at. Good grief. ECW Archives. Well, there's already those. It's on Peacock Network.
Oh, that? I call it my little passenger. I don't know why. The name just appeared in my head when this thing showed up on my neck.
Talk about a way to keep your workers to constantly be happy around your customers. Holy crap. Basically infecting their brain with a parasite to make them...
Don't you dare! Or I'll cut something off you! Gosh, I'm sorry. I don't know where that came from. I just felt this urge to protect my little passenger, even if it means hurting you.
I wonder if they got this idea from Futurama. The Ron Moore Network. There you go. It's like QVC, but for lawnmowers.
I don't know. It just appeared one day. I guess I just picked it up while working in the orchards. Sometimes I wonder how it showed up, and I start to worry. But worrying feels bad, and I hate feeling bad. so I don't worry about it.
They really creeped out their faces when it came to modeling these things. Ugh.
Couple of days. Ever since it showed up, I've been feeling happier and happier. I really can't imagine life without my little passenger. Now I'd love to get you something. Maybe a couple somethings? Whatever you like, I can sell it to you at a low, low price.
I just want to rip that thing off her neck so bad.
I'm so glad you asked. The orchards are my third favorite subject, with my first being Rizzo's refreshing drinks and my second being Rizzo's toothsome confectionaries. Our orchards are the source of 63% of Rizzo's total produce, which correlates to 112% of fresh goods throughout all of Halcyon. Give or take a few percent, of course. If you want to know more about each part of the orchards, might I recommend one of our fantastic tours? One of our options is even audio-guided as a special bonus feature. Oh, I'm so glad you said that. Our tours are my fourth favorite subject. Every part of the orchards is so rich with Rizzo's lore. Buy a tour ticket and anoint yourself with knowledge.
This company is just so corrupt. Holy moly.
Huh? Oh, no. Rizzo's doesn't make me recommend the tour. Helping customers just makes me even happier than I already am. And that's saying a lot. Happy workers lead to happy customers. Happy customers are repeat customers.
The smell's gonna haunt my nightmares.
I'm not quite sure what you mean. There's really nothing better than feeling a euphoric sense of happiness and self-contentment. Now, I'd be pleased as punch to sell you a tour ticket. We have 3 tour options. Premium, Premium Plus, and the Golden Ticket. Each option is wonderful in its own special way. Premium includes a 10-minute pass to the Sprat Petting Zoo. Premium Plus comes with the novelty Purpleberry and Amber. And the Golden Ticket is audio-guided in addition to being self-guided. Which kind would you like?
I'm just gonna do the whole shebang.
You're in luck. We have 1 left. Normally there are 100 bits, but seeing how I'm sold out of everything else, I can give it to you for just 90. How does that sound?
Lord knows I got enough bits.
That's great. Thank you so much. Wow, what a strange question. I'm much too delighted to be suspicious. I sold lower-level spectrums to workers from RR&DD Labs, Hive Control, and the Conservatory. Jacob's predecessor also splurged briefly on a bottle beyond his pay grade, and Black Hole Birdie bought my most expensive spectrum when he visited. I wish he'd bought more. Oh, if you're looking for your own spectrum, remember that you can always buy from the Nut Hut or the Grand Colonial Bar, so long as you have the bits to back up your taste. No, I'm sorry. The only celebrity who shopped recently is Black Hole Birdie. Quite the affable man, as it so happens. And the stories are wrong. He could probably lift 2 benches of tossball players at once, not just 1. Laws, not just affable, but virile, too. Ooh, wait a minute. Now that his beau's dead, that means Birdie's single. Maybe I'll strike up a little more than conversation the next time he comes by.
Yeah, just like how people refer to men's underwear as the under-the-butt nut hut. Or how they refer to women's bras as the over-the-shoulder boulder holder. I first heard about that when my mom ended up mentioning it years ago. I was like, what? I was like, I never heard of that before. Pizza Hut. Yeah, there you go. Put pizza in your pants. It'll feel good. Are you a complete sociopath?
Sadness is a big old waste of time. Besides, the sooner I start courting him, the sooner we can both be happy.
Let me try something here. I wonder if I can get access to the other.
No, I'm sorry. And the stories are wrong. He could probably lift 2 benches of tossball players at once, not just 1. Laws, not just affable, but virile.
Don't I have all this stuff now?
Our alcohol stocks are larger than ever. And a good thing, too, because I just can't seem to stop myself from getting into them. Our products are just that good.
Alright, hang on a second. I think that takes me directly into the area I need to go to. I think I could be wrong. I think it may go somewhere else. Unless this is another one that's over here. I'm not sure. Oh yeah, so it is in here. Okay, well, that was easy enough for that side of things. Unlike the Rizzo Spectrum Gatling case. Where that? Is that the... I wonder if that's that other gun that I heard about in a review I saw for this again last night. It was some type of special. Oh no! No, I know what this is now. Yeah, this probably is the gun that I'm thinking of. I know exactly what this is and where it's located. I guess I wasn't really aware of the fact that I needed to collect all of these just to be able to open up the case to be able to get access to it. This has always been a good game, but man, I swear the loading times on it just really get to me. And yeah, it's a lot more heavily story oriented. I mean, yes, there's gameplay, and yes, there's first person shooting and whatnot that's going on, but when you really narrow it down, it's got a lot more story based, choice based stuff, more so than combat, even though combat is there. I kind of feel like with the sequel that they got going on, which actually the trailer for the sequel is absolutely hilarious, because this game also has a lot of humor and parody in it. The writing in this game is very witty, which I like, and it's they ended up making fun of like every other gameplay announcement trailer in existence with their gameplay trailer, which hit spot on so many levels. It was hilarious. Okay.
Rizzo's makes heavy-duty firearms? Boss, you gotta let me try.
Well, maybe I will. It depends on what it does. Shoot vodka shots and taste the painbow? Well, I think I'm going to utilize it first. But it's only 70 friggin' damage, dude. Eh, well. Be fun to try out, I suppose. See what it's all about. Okay, oops. Oh. I'll go to this one and then I'll go to that one. Considering that's specifically for these areas here. I think I know where this is too. Probably going right back into those caves again where I was at previously. Like, I think a couple days ago. Unless it's somewhere else that I don't know where it is. It probably is, though. Right where I thought that it was. Loading screen after loading screen. Kind of makes you wish that you could actually end up going to the fast travel areas that are already within these areas, which would make it a lot easier to deal with. But no. Ugh. Aggravating. Kind of like the way that it is in Tales of Arise, when you can actually go and warp not only to outside of areas, but inside them too.
Gotta keep going. I can feel my inner negativity seeping out.
Well, here we go again, going out into the open area, open hubbish world area. I could have sworn that they were down in that cave area that I was about to go to, and then seeing where those things were located, they're obviously up and about and out of here, so, and I couldn't see anywhere else for me to go to, so apparently they gotta be out in this area. Really wish they would end up having music play all the time during the load screens too. What would really be cool is if a lot more companies ended up adapting to some games back in the PS1 era. I think it was in the PS2 era as well. Like I think Tekken 2 had it, or 3. It was one of the Tekken games. It may have been 2 of them. But they ended up going and having where you could play like some old school side-scrolling. I think it was like in Space Invaders or something like that during the loading screen while the game loaded. I think a lot more games need to start doing that again, honestly. And now this thing is telling me to go back in there again, stating that they're inside of there, but if that's the case, then where in the blue blazes is it then? That doesn't make any sense. They were showing me that it was above me, and I couldn't get to anything that was above me, so the only other way for me to really go would have been downward, even though it's showing me that it's up. This really doesn't make any sense, so I'm not going to worry about it right now. I'm not doing it anymore. I can't stand when a game wastes my time, so I'm not going to worry about it. Oh boy. Hang on a second, let me go back over here. Well, at least you're playing this time. What do you mean? At least I'm playing this time. You mean in terms of not having to go through a lot of conversations or something? I mean, that's a lot of what this game is also comprised of, is a lot of story-related stuff. I mean, yeah, there's first-person shooting, but it mainly focuses more so around story and choices made. It's a little bit more higher on the end of the spectrum there than shooting is. Which isn't necessarily a bad thing, but...
You infect me with your sorrow?
Well, even though this is a special weapon, and even though it shoots out frickin' soda vodka shots, It does speed up to take down hell pretty fast, so I guess there's something to be said for that at least. I really just want to get to the bottom of all these dag-blasted frickin' slugs that are making these. I know it's a parody of consumerism, I believe. Always have your employees be happy, and that way they'll always have happy customers. So you just infect them with parasites to make sure that they're always on a very uneasy edge. Let me double check and make sure that it's inside. Oh, they're going crazy over here too, so I guess maybe it is inside. I'll just go on inside. Oh, you mean when I was taking a dump yesterday about me playing? Yeah. Well, nature calls, you know. Sad but true. Although, you know, it would just be my luck that the moment that I go to the bathroom, somebody would show up in the chat. I could be streaming all day long. The moment I leave from my chair, a couple people would pop up in the chat. Okay, so clearly I'm guessing it's down there. Oh, no. I think this is probably supposed to be like the last main mission. Knowing how it ended last night, so obviously everything is going to be all hoopty-goopty. Yeah, I know. But when other people would end up looking at the game itself, though, if they didn't know that, they would be like, oh, there's so much talking in this game, so, you know, it could be taken two different ways. Okay, so I got that ticket for this tour thing, but obviously there's no tour, nothing that's going on unless I'm... Oh, no, I remember now. I have to go back to that other guy for the tour, or whatever it is. Well, maybe I'll do that at a later point. Hacking skill too low. Yeah. Okay, investigate the security breach. Okay, well, like, where? That's sealed. You're showing me it's in the floor. So obviously it's below. I may actually have to go outside to be able to do it. It's probably somewhere around the back or below where the factory is. More than likely, because it sure as heck isn't anywhere in here. Oh well. I guess it is outside. Go back out here again. They could at least have that xylophone music playing, like they did the first time when I went to a friggin' loading screen.
What the hell? Oh. What in the world? They called him on fire. Holy guacamole. Stuff's getting shoot on. Well, no, actually, that's a status effect. I wonder if they were actually throwing their little worms at me. I'm guessing it must have been up over on the other side. And they turned to dust. Ash to ash, dust to dust, fade to black, the memory remains. Yeah. To this faded prima donna, yeah, 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 yeah. Oh, yeah, okay. Yeah, here we go. Okay. Peachy. Now I see. I can see clearly now, the brain is gone. If it's brown, drink it down. That's disgusting. Especially when you got some creatures floating in the bottom. Is that basically like the worm at the bottom of a tequila bottle? Why in the world would they even do that? Never drank this stuff, but really. I think I accidentally ended up calling the wrong guys the murderer in this, but I guess this was supposed to happen. I don't know. Knowing me, I always try to look around first before I get involved in anything, to make sure I can be on my P's and my Q's. She's not dead after all.
Catch up to me sooner or later, Inspector.
Yay, trophy.
You'd find me standing over the administrator's corpse.
What in law's name? Halcyon Helen, how are you still alive?
Oh, is that Ludovico I hear? Perfect.
Spoiler.
I'm so glad he's still in the building. Would you mind letting him know I'm about to blow his whole operation to flinders?
I'm kind of wondering if there ever been a chance where she probably would have really been dead if I ended up choosing one of the other choices. Probably not. I don't know. It almost, well, we'll see. Almost kind of makes it feel like everything you've been doing has kind of been for naught in a ways, but then again, anything could happen at the end. I saw it coming a mile away. It's a fair question. You want to explain how you're still alive? I can take a step back and not blow up any buildings while I'm still in them?
That's gonna depend on whether or not you're on my side.
Don't listen to her. How can you possibly trust the word of someone who lacks the decency to stay dead?
You were never my target, Inspector. I've no intention of killing you unless you stand in my way.
I'm not going anywhere till I get an explanation.
Brace yourself, Inspector. You're about to learn the biggest secret in the Vaporwave industry. Halcyon Helen was never one person. I shared this role with my twin sister, Belinda.
Oh.
That must have been her sister in the ballroom. I can't imagine what she's going through right now.
Unless she did it.
Are you serious? Halcyon Helen's got a twin sister? I mean, yeah, it's obvious. You know, if you think about it.
Belinda and I were the best kept secret in the business.
Alright, man, I'll talk at you later. Thank you for coming in.
And certainly not a peevish, petty, miserable little worm like Quentin Ludovico. So when I discovered the truth, when I realized what Ludovico was about to unleash on this colony, Belinda paid the price.
Feigned shock.
Call me a murderer all you like, Inspector, but I'm no coward. I bloodied my hands to save this colony. I'd do it again. If it means defending Halcyon's future, I'd do it in a heartbeat.
Tell the truth, Ludovico. There's nothing safe about Spectrum Brown. You want to infest this entire colony with those disgusting parasites.
They're not parasites. These creatures are symbiotic life forms. They belong to the highest order of life form, capable of living in perfect harmony with humanity. The symbiotes evoke a feeling of joy in their host, a bliss so pure, so profound as to render the most exquisite recreational substance obsolete. Oh, don't you see, Inspector? I want to bring joy back to Halcyon. I want this colony to smile again.
Okay, well, I guess he was really the bad guy in the whole situation. The dude who gave me the friggin' quest is the one that's to blame.
A host only turns violent if they're carrying too many symbiotes, or if they see you as a threat. In its natural state, the relationship between symbiote and host is perfectly harmless. Listen to me. I never wanted to take a life, but I had no choice. I couldn't let anyone destroy this colony's only chance at real happiness. But what about Helen? What about all the innocent people she's killed?
No one I crossed off was innocent. The mascot was a spy working for Ludovico. He was ordered to keep an eye on Belinda and I, and report back to his master.
You're being paranoid. I barely knew the fellow.
Don't try to deny it. Anywhere Belinda and I went, that mascot was there, just watching us with those cold, dead eyes. That doesn't surprise me at all. He was on Ludovico's side, just like the others. Dr. Leora Blossom, Maria Keene, that flackwit of a mascot, they were standing between me and Ludovico, so I did what I had to do. I went through them. She was on Ludovico's side. When she realized I was alive, she refused to stay silent. I gave Maria a chance. I told her about Belinda. I asked for her help, but she turned me down. She was honor-bound to report me to Ludovico. Maria had a duty to her company, and I had a duty to Belinda. We both did what we had to. But in the end, I was the faster shot. Have you met Dr. Blossom? She was practically a reptile. A cold-blooded psychopath who toyed with human lives in the name of scientific advancement. Leora Blossom wasn't a person. She was a weapon in Ludovico's arsenal. You call it murder? I call it disarming my enemy. You know what you need to do. Help me avenge Belinda. Help me put a stop to this.
Don't listen to her. Listen to me. Throw in with Helen and you destroy Halcyon's only chance at real happiness. Think of the future, Inspector. A lifetime of bliss and joy for every colonist in Halcyon. We can make that happen.
You want me to explain my grand plan in the middle of a climactic moment like some two-bit serial villain? Do I look like Spencer Woolrich to you? We've talked enough. You're either with me, or you're with the Administrator. It's a deal.
Sounds good to me. Let's get out of here.
We don't have a lot of time. We need to get out of here.
Not so fast. I've sealed the bulkhead doors. You're staying right where you are. I'm sorry to do this to you, Inspector. Truly I am. If it's any consolation, Helen has brought some remarkably powerful explosives. Your death should be instantaneous. Goodbye, Inspector. Helen, we won't meet again.
Damn it. He sealed us in, but I think I know another way out. Follow me and stay close. Head through that door. There's another way out.
Take cover.
Nice work, Inspector. We may have put a stop to Ludovico's operations, but he's still at large. He's probably gone into hiding, so we're going to root him out. Oh, surprisingly rude. What did I do to deserve this kind of hostility? Oh, right. All those people I killed. Fine, I'll keep this professional. Meet me at the penthouse suite. We'll prepare our next move. Not here. In private, back at the penthouse. Also, I rather like the ambiance there. See you soon, Inspector.
First real female character in a long while that I've seen that actually looks like a female and not some mishmash of a gorilla and a man. Fancy that. Good grief, man. I don't understand why they didn't fix this friggin' crap back when they ended up releasing the game. Or at least patched it in. Why is it that the friggin' reticle is gonna go and zoom in all across the whole map, even when I zoom in to try to pinpoint out what fast travel area I want to go to? I can't pick one of them out. Let's still space far out. It's retarded. There's really no reason for it having to home in on something when I don't want it to home in. See, I can't even go to exactly where I need to go to because of that idiocy, so I have to go back in here, go through another friggin' loading screen, then go through another friggin' loading screen just to get to where I need to go to. Even though there's a fast travel point there within the area I need to go to, but I can't because the map is retarded, and whoever came up with the fast travel system is an idiot. Like, jeez, man. This is one of the most idiotic fast travel systems I think I've ever seen in a game. If the spaces aren't far apart out for you to be able to travel and they're bunched all up together, well, you're pretty much screwed. You're just going to have to get wherever you can get to be able to get to your destination. It's just aggravating. Yeah, see, here we go. Got to go through another one again just to get to where we're going to go.
What floor would you like to visit? Oh, what authorized? Next stop.
There we go again. Stupid. Ugh.
It's strange. When you walk through that door, I half expected to see Belinda. Belinda and I practically shared a life. Losing her feels like losing a limb. She's conspicuous by her absence. I appreciate the sympathy, Inspector. Thank you. I'll appreciate your help even more. We shut down Ludovico's distillation plant, but he's not gonna sit idly by. If he can't use Spectrum Brown to infect the colony, he'll resort to some kind of backup plan. I stole this formula from Dr. Blossom, a failed prototype of Spectrum Brown. Look at this. The prototype had the opposite effect, and actually made you immune to the parasites. Precisely. I see we're in your wheelhouse, Inspector. Or do you prefer Doctor? We're going to need 2 ingredients. A sample of essence of Sprat, and 1 intact pod of parasite eggs. Cedric's warehouse in the Perea spaceport almost certainly carries a batch of Sprat essence. As for the pod, I'd check the Wilderness Reserve if I were you. I'm glad one of us is an expert. Most of what I know is based on Dr. Blossom's notes. Here's what I understand. Sprats have an adaptive immune system. They don't suffer from the diseases and parasites they carry. It's one reason why you'll see them in every corner of the colony. Dr. Blossom experimented with Sprats and accidentally discovered a way to become immune to the parasites. That's probably when she decided to switch to human testing. You're a scientist and an inspector? You really are full of surprises. I borrowed a centrifuge from the research lab. Used the ingredients to synthesize an anti-parasitic. I'm glad I could count on your expertise. Once you're finished, head to the pilot house. We'll hijack the control system and disperse the cure into the atmosphere. That should kill off most of the parasites. Are you worried I'm gonna shoot you in the back? You're right. You do deserve the spotlight. Here. You take good care of my Needler, and it'll take good care of you. There is one other thing. While you're at Perea's spaceport, have a word with Cedric Kincannon. I know Cedric. There's nothing he wants more than a chance to eliminate Ludovico. We could use him on our side. Best of luck, Inspector. I'm counting on you. I'm not accustomed to talking about Belinda, but I'm also not accustomed to the kind of sympathy you showed me earlier. So I'll make an exception for you. Belinda and I shared the role of Helen, but she was also the only person who knew the real me. To the rest of the colony, I'm Halcyon Helen, but to my sister, I was just Ruth. I could be myself around Belinda, and she could be herself around me. She was my only sister, but she was also my only friend. No, Belinda enjoyed the secrecy. She could slip into the role of Halcyon Helen, attend social events on my behalf, perform a few stunts, deliver a few lines. And then, when she grew tired of all the people and all the attention, all she had to do was slip out of the role and be my sister again. She was the secret twin. She had a comfortable life in the shadows, an easier life. I made sure of that. What I want is my sister back, but I'll settle for killing Ludovico. Parents, naturally. An agent, a couple of directors. None of them had any reason to reveal the truth. To them, Helen was a brand. Revealing our secret meant damaging that brand. Damaging that brand meant losing money. Nobody in this colony wants to lose money. Belinda and I saw Helen as an act of theatric sleight of hand. We enjoyed the deception, the challenge. We wanted to see how far we could go. And if I hadn't underestimated Ludovico, you and I probably wouldn't be talking about Belinda in the past tense. We wouldn't be talking about her at all. It should have been me in that ballroom. Belinda died because I was careless. Never mind that. If you've got something else to ask me, now's the time. I'm glad I could satisfy your curiosity. It's a long story, Inspector. It was supposed to be just another marketing job. Rizzo's wanted Halcyon Helen to be the face of Spectrum Brown. Some hideous concoction served with a dead parasite. All we had to do was spend a few weeks on Eridanos. Shake some hands, sign a few autographs, drink a bottle of Spectrum Brown in front of a camera, and try to smile. Belinda didn't want to go. But I wanted a change of scenery. In any case, we couldn't possibly say no. Belinda always hated endorsement deals. They felt cheap to her, inauthentic. She always believed her first priority was to our fans, and not the company that bought us out. Nothing. She took the job when I did. Belinda was an idealist, and her ideals died with her. Belinda and I arrived on Eridanos and played our usual game of trading places. We were practically flawless. Even Ludovico didn't know about us. Belinda was unhappy for the first few days, but then she met Bertie Holcomb. Bertie treated her like a human being and not just an Aetherwave icon. They were just about perfect. Bertie has a dreadful temper. I was worried about Belinda for a while, but she told me he'd never lay a finger on her, and I took her at her word. Bertie wasn't the person I should have kept an eye on. It was Ludovico. I had a feeling Ludovico was hiding something. Belinda stayed busy socializing with the celebrities around the complex. That gave me some time to do a little digging. The Purpleberry Orchards was the heart of Ludovico's operations. I knew I'd find some answers in the R&D lab. I saw everything. The test subjects, the parasites. Spectrum Brown was never safe to drink. Those harmless, dead parasites at the bottom of every bottle. They were just dormant. They would have sold out in a month. This colony loves novelty. They'll eat up any new product we toss their way. A new cereal, a new Spectrum flavor. Ludovico knows that. From Emerald Vale to Byzantium. A parasite in every brain and a grin on every face. Every last one of us trapped behind a mask of joy. That's what Ludovico wants. I was careless. I was risking Belinda's life every step of the way, and I never even realized. I wish it were that easy. Still, thank you. Was there something else you wanted to talk about? Yes, Inspector. I did. Leora Blossom and Maria Keene were on Ludovico's side. They chose to stand between me and my sister's killer. I had to cross them off. Would you believe me if I said I gave the constable a chance? I spoke to her in her office. I told her everything. Belinda, Ludovico, the parasites, all of it. Maria said I was guilty of corporate sabotage, and that she had a duty to report me. She told me how sorry she was, and I told her the same thing. And then I shot her. Maria was defending my sister's killer. If someone murdered one of your crew in cold blood, what would you do? Well, that's, concerning on a number of levels. Let's just hope you direct your violent impulses toward the Administrator. Was there anything else? You don't know how many times I relived this moment in my mind. I discovered what Ludovico was up to when I toured the orchards. I threatened to expose his plan. Ludovico decided to eliminate me. He programmed Burbage 3001 to fire on his command and disabled the security cameras in the ballroom. Only, he didn't know about Belinda. I'm sure he thought it was my skull he caved in with a bottle of Spectrum Brown. Burbage covered his blow with the plasma shot, and then Ludovico wiped his memory. I don't think he expected you to be so competent. In the end, hiring you may have been his undoing. I went after Leora Blossom, and you were just one step behind me. I programmed an automech to steal some explosives from Cedric, but you weren't far behind. You were always hot on my heels, one step behind and catching up. I realized I'd have to throw in with you or eliminate you.
I'm actually kind of surprised considering the fact that I ended up picking that guy as being the murderer on a whim a bit because of the fact that I was like, man, this DLC seems like it keeps going on and on. But, you know, I guess I ended up choosing right in the end. But I guess whenever I play back through it again, I'll choose otherwise. I should have really made a save before I ended up making that big decision there towards the end of this. I guess it's towards the end of it, like I did with the other previous DLC, but obviously that didn't happen, unless it ended up saving. I'll have to check, like right before I made the decision, and then I'll side on the bad side of things and see where that takes me.
I like your confidence. Take that with you when you hunt down Ludovico.
Nope. I think I probably should have seen if I can end up having more autosaves. But sadly that's not the case. Oh boy. I think I'm gonna go and reset that to see if I can end up having more autosaves. I don't know if I can or not. Some games you can do that, but I don't know about this one. Yeah, well, I guess not. Oh well. Well, I guess whatever. Maybe I'll just go on YouTube and look at it, see what happens instead. Probably end up netting another trophy if I ended up siding with him, but oh well, that's life.